Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 104.
I think 104 de Mario. Puff give.
Poff, puff, poff, puff.
Puff give. Yeah. Not my cleanest intro of all time, but we'll get there. Hi, boys. How are you?
We're good. We're poffing good. Poffing. What is it?
Poff Daddy's in the house.
Poff Daddy.
Poff
Ooh,
Daddy.
that's what they call him. They're going to call him Poff Daddy?
I don't know.
We
I don't
just
know
did.
what they're going to call him. Yeah, we just did Poff Daddy.
Poff
Do you know
Daddy.
that we gave Tyler his best marketing campaign when we said Van Dimes?
True.
We'll work with you,
True.
Poff Daddy. We'll work
Poff
with you, Poff
Daddy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, just in case, just so you know, yeah. So for those you watch on video, Roe is in a unnamed hotel room somewhere. He might have had a couple of cocktails. So we'll see how this goes.
Can
Dose.
neither confirm or deny such claims.
Anyone? I did see the something making the rounds. You know, we're good at this, and maybe it was part of the plan. Maybe it's all part of the Katie Meyer plan. You know what I'm talking about?
The
What?
Katie Meyer plan.
The Katie Meyer plan.
Yes. What's happening?
Well, Poffenbarger's sister
Yes.
played for UConn,
Yes, she did. Yeah.
and now she's an all SEC first teamer for Arkansas.
Correct.
And who's to say that, you know, she doesn't want to come down and play for the Canes?
Play with Broski.
That'll work.
It's not a bad gig.
Listen, we could have a whole bunch of family affairs happening here in South Florida. Tua's brother
Ugh,
could show up. You never know. We
what
could
do you
have
mean,
family.
barf?
The whole thing could be a family affair.
What do you mean, barf? He's a good quarterback.
Fine.
Really,
said
3-year starter in the Big Ten,
He set all the
Fine.
Big Ten records.
right?
He's like the
Fine.
Big Ten all-time passer of all time at Maryland when he had like Dan Enos as an
Fine.
OC.
Fine.
And
You can
like,
look.
my
Here's
goodness.
the thing. I kept saying they're good. Just I'm riding with Jacurri. I'm done with all this because we're not getting the very good, the close to being really, 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 really very. It's not happening. Jacurri. I'm on the Jacurri bandwagon. That's it for me. I don't care who they bring in. I don't care.
So you think
I don't
Jacurri is
want him-
better
I don't
than
want him
whatever's
starting.
out there?
I don't want him starting.
You think
I
Jacurri's-
want them to ride with Jacurri. Here's the thing. I believe, this is my opinion, speculative scoop. I believe Dawson would love for Jacurri to be his guy. I watched Dawson with Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune put up 40 touchdowns and 4,000 yards of ran. Clayton Tune, a pretty mobile quarterback. I think he would be thrilled with Jacurri. I would also think that he'd be thrilled if he could just call his offense with his guy and he was just allowed to do what he wanted to do. But that's a whole other topic.
Now, Poff Daddy, he's a little run daddy himself. I mean, he's definitely got some moves. When you look at him at first glance, he's Baker Mayfield-esque, right? Led FCS in passing this year. The FCS leader in that regard. So, I mean, you're going to have a couple mobile options. I think it was pretty clear, even going after Cam when Cam didn't declare for the NFL and they thought they had him in the bag. I thought it was pretty clear that they wanted that mobile prerogative. Now you got Tua's brother too. And I don't necessarily think he's a dead fish. I don't think he's just going to sit there. Maybe he can make some plays as well too. You're not going to be the Big Ten passer.
He's
We'll see
not
if he
getting a waiver anyway.
We'll see if he gets to. Now listen,
Poo on that whole idea.
if he was going to like maybe back to Alabama or something, there's a pretty good chance that he would have got his
Decent
waiver.
chance he gets a waiver. Now especially.
Yeah, now especially
they need it.
we'll touch to that because it's probably the biggest end of an era that since we've been doing this just came to a close today with Nick Saban announcing his retirement. But back over to the Canes, yeah, that's one. But I'm still on Team Toast because I need another quarterback in here. I regardless, Scoop, I hear you. You want Jacurri to pave the way. I want you to lead. Hopefully he is the guy.
Bring me all the competition.
But in this era,
But don't act
I still
like
need more.
Tua, you're going to bring Tua in because you want him to be your starter.
No, but I would.
Please.
So first of all, so let's so it's
Good for depth.
Reese Poffenbarger from University of Albany. He'll have 2
Is it
years of
Barger or
eligibility
Berger?
left. Barger.
Okay.
Started his career at Old Dominion, moved on over to University of Albany. 60% career completion percentage, 6,600 yards, 60 touchdowns, 17 interceptions in 26 games. And he led the FCS in passing yards last year, or this past year, with 3,636 touchdowns. So listen, I was, watch U of Albany, whatever. I've watched the same highlights everyone else has been watching on YouTube, the 7-minute compilations, this and that of his highlights in 2023. What I will say is, listen, he reminds me of a ton of quarterbacks I've seen like him in college, guys that are 6 feet and they've, listen, I posted a thing on my Twitter of him dunking the basketball in the gym. So he's actually a genuine decent athlete. So as Rose said, when you see some of those highlights, he can move, he can certainly run, and he was running away from some defenders. Does not seem to have the strongest arm, but like a lot of quarterbacks that he reminds me of, just that I've seen in the past, somehow he gets the ball where it needs to be. And he puts it in a good spot for his receivers to catch it. And I would tell you right now, I think that if you have him, and if you get is it Taulia, or is it, I don't even know how you pronounce Tua's brother's name, but if you get Tua's brother in here,
and that's exactly it.
Well, but that's the thing. If you get,
you don't even know his name,
here,
he's just Tua's little brother. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, that's all I need to know is that he's a 3-year Big Ten starter scoop. I'm not going to ignore that aspect of it just because I don't want to.
He's played 11 years. He's going for a 12.
Dude, I don't care. It's 3 years, 3-year starter. The reality is, if you've got him and you have the Poffenbarger, with all due respect, Jacurri's not beating either one of them out.
What are you talking about?
I don't think he is, dude. He doesn't have the experience to do it. These guys are bringing a wealth of experience to the table, bro. This is a monumental season,
and they don't have his skill set.
9 wins at least. Monumental season. There's no time for growing pains.
Nah, I think you saying that Jacurri doesn't have a chance to beat Poffenbarger, who played at ODU and Albany, and Tua's little brother, who
he wasn't able to beat out a 3-star true freshman last year. I mean, how much worse are those guys than him?
I'm just saying. You saying that he has no chance, I think, is just being negligent.
Well, fine, he has a chance. Everyone has a chance, but dude, you're talking about guys that will have over 10,000 yards combined passing between them, and about 50 starts in major college football. Like, I'm just telling you, like, that's a lot to overcome. That's a lot of experience to be going up against when you have 3 starts. I'm just saying.
What doesn't look good for the Jacurri train is simply the fact, yes, on the depth chart last year, you were 3rd. It took the last game, and let's be honest. Let's be realistic. If Emery didn't get hurt, that's probably your starter for the rest of the season. And Tyler would have went into the backup role. So it doesn't look good. Now, what does look good is what we saw from him at flashes when he did play the year before, and when he was in the Rutgers, when he versus Rutgers in the bowl game. It looked good. There was parts of it like, yeah, you can build some things. He's got a remarkable skill set. We've always said this. It just doesn't look good. Not because I'm saying it. It just doesn't look good because the coaches were saying it. The coaches told us all year he wasn't good enough. So it's hard for me to even anoint the guy. Now go back the week before. What you just said, you were on Jacurri's side. Yeah, because I said if it's between Jacurri and Emery, I want Jacurri because he's the rogue master. He's going to go ahead.
Thing in there for you.
Go ahead.
Where's the first game of the season next year? On the road in Gainesville, most likely prime time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the environment, bro. Regardless of what you think about their team on the field, that's an environment. We've all been there before. That place is crazy as hell at night, and it's still the Gators. And do you want someone that is that green, or do you want 10,000 yards?
No, I don't want to say.
But who? The only one who's really had that experience is Tua's little brother.
Correct.
Because you can't throw Poffenbarger in there. He played it.
No, he hasn't been in that environment.
He's never been in that environment.
No. But he's got starts.
I flip a coin between those two at that point.
Yeah.
Who? Now, I don't want to completely discredit Jacurri as saying he's totally green. He's had some starts under his belt. He's had more FBS starts, even against Power 5 competition, than Poffenbarger.
Yes, he has.
So that's something to consider. Yes, he had a lot of yards, but he is coming from the FCS. It's not going to be the same talent pool, right? He's going to have better talent himself. He's going to have more talented wide receivers, offensive line. So maybe it balances out for Poff Daddy. But the fact of the matter is, the only one that could potentially have the experience of Tua's brother is here. And that's a guy you're like, okay, him going into the swamp week 1, that guy's been to the shoe, to the big house, Pence. Like, that's not going to face him. There's only one guy on the horizon that's not going to face. Do I trust him?
Can you trust him? I don't know. He might be like a secret. I mean, you never know. He's going into Florida. He could be throwing this whole thing for shits and giggles.
Hey, listen, I'll be honest. If you take Tua's brother out of it, I am personally fascinated by a competition of Poff Daddy and JB, because I think they brought in someone who at least can compete with JB in terms of the athletic ability of moving around the pocket and running outside and being able to extend a play after it breaks down and stuff that I don't think Emory really brings to the table. So and I'll be honest, I didn't watch any fucking Maryland, so I don't know if Tua's brother is more mobile than Tua or not. I don't know what the hell he is. But I think that Poffenbarger and JB, you can definitely see that they brought someone in at least who can possibly, I don't think he's as good an athlete, obviously, as JB, but the kid can definitely move around. It can definitely do similar skill set. He can do some things.
Do you want to know what it comes down to? And just thinking about it and listen to you guys deliberate and debate. One of the things, is Poff going to be able to come into this culture, into this locker room, and is he going to garner the respect of that locker room? That's going to be huge, because if they're both on paper similar, which Toast, you're making the case they both got moves, they both could do this. Can Poff Daddy actually own the locker room? Is he going to get the trust from his teammates? That's going to be tough, because I think Jacurri does have the trust of his teammates. He's been in wars with them on the green tree, at least at the bare minimum. He's been at war. So
he's been in the locker for 2 years, so he should have.
Yes, and so people are going to be loyal to him, because that's usually how it works in all locker rooms, right? For the most part, there's always maybe the one guy. But when it's a close competition, you usually have this fractionalized state. You have this guy, they this side of the room likes this QB, this side of the room likes that side of the QB. I can tell you, if it's close, the edge might go to Jacurri simply on the fact that he's going to be able to maintain that locker room better than
I think, look, by all accounts, and we know him, and everybody we know that knows him, Jacurri is one of the nicest and most genuine people you've ever met. He's been in that locker room for 2 years, and everybody loves him. So it's going to take a pretty monumental, we talk about this. It's not just a little bit of difference, right? We've said this before. Like, you're going to have to beat him out by a lot. Like, it's going to have to be a large discrepancy for the team to buy in and go, okay, I understand why this move's being made. He's a much better player than maybe the other guy, and we got to support that. Because if it's anywhere close, I agree. If it's anywhere close, I don't think the new guy is going to take over the respect and the love and the brotherhood that Jacurri has created, and the commitment of him staying. He could have easily gone somewhere else. Easily. Listen, if I had to guess, I would say he was, of the 2 feet, he was 1 3/4 out the door.
It's really the perfect, in terms of just wanting to keep the quarterback room in Jacurri happy, but still with a fire under him. It's really the perfect sort of quarterback to bring in. You bring in a total friggin' gamer that you can see as a total gamer on film, and if you give him a chance, he might actually just take the job from you. But you know that he's not coming in with, oh, well, he was a 2-year starter. No one cares, bro. Like, that's University of Albany. No one is, it doesn't have any sort of gravitas or anything. You're not coming in from a Power 5 conference. So you've got the potential where if he does beat you out in the field, the locker room say, well, look at dude, like, he's been doing that at the lower level for 2 years. So this isn't a huge, so, we know what he's, but it's also put Jacurri in a great position where, listen, Jacurri should win this battle. You'd like to think, right? He's been in this, in the locker room for 2 years, been under Mario. And I mean, you'd like to think, I know it hasn't been the same OC, but you'd like to think that he's ready to win this battle. Because I don't think Emory's involved just because of the arm. I don't think he's going to be a full green light until it's too late in July.
Poff Daddy, there's one of 2 ways here, right? Is he going to come in here and be like a Baker Mayfield equivalent, or is he going to be FCS Tate Martell?
Why do you have to use that fucking name?
It's Kiki, because you just have to. You just have to.
Why do you have to throw that out there on the board?
Is this FCS Tate? That's what I'm saying. But not to take it even on a more downward trend, but we knew we were going to have to get 2 quarterbacks. Okay, we were like, we need 2 portal quarterbacks. I'll even concede and say Jacurri was a portal quarterback because of what Scoop said. He was 1 3/4 feet out the door. He was 2. So he was in the portal. You got him from the portal, and you brought him back. So there's portal quarterback 1, Poff's portal quarterback 2.
So you've got 4 scholarship quarterbacks.
So in theory, you got your 2 portal quarterbacks. And I'm going to rate it probably like a D for Mario's perspective, okay? Because whoever the quarterback is, it needs to be bankrolled into at least 9 wins, 10 wins. Because after the first 2 years, and after you went 5-7, then 7-6, and you tragically lost the bowl game to Rutgers, you painted yourself into a not-so-pretty corner, right? It's not pretty. So now this is what you're up against. And what did you do? So this is why I want to call it a D. This is what you did. The 1 portal guy that you got in Jacurri, and like I said, hypothetical portal guy because he was out, you brought him back in. That's a guy that was your 3rd team. You didn't have enough faith to him, and you basically had to beg him to play your bowl game because you didn't have anybody else. You were basically going to have Brashard Smith play quarterback. So that's 1. And then you get FCS Tate. Okay? That's 2. Those weren't the names that were sexy. Now, it could work out. These could be the guys that get you to 9 wins. I'm just saying on paper, it's a D move. This is not what Hurricane fans expected. We've been part of this fan base long enough. We're representatives of the fan base. I can tell you that if you would have started this process about 2 months ago when these names first started to surface, those.
Well, the fact that you're now emphatically referring to him as FCS Tate,
right?
I'm never gonna. It's like you can't unsee that.
I said there's 2 ways he can go. He could be the Baker Mayfield of Miami,
I get it.
or he could be FCS Tate.
Sure. I mean, look, Baker was a transfer, right? So he didn't come from Albany,
from Texas Tech.
He was a transfer
from Texas Tech.
So maybe he turns into to the Miami's Baker Mayfield. I don't when it first came out, I said this reminds me a lot of Jake Heaps.
Mm-hmm.
It was way worse than what I just said. I called him FCS Tate. You called him Jake Heaps.
Jake Heaps was like the number 1 recruit in the country for whatever year that was. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was that guy. He could move, great arm. Came here, got hurt, never played a snap, and
even with Jake Heaps being healthy, I would have told you, and I did tell you, and that was right before Jake got hurt. I'm like, Brad Kai is going to be your starter going into that season.
Yes.
Brad Kai was special.
I don't agree with you, bro. Listen, I've been somewhat positive, and I wish Reese Poffenbarger all the luck in the world. And I hope he is like a Doug Flutie. What I hope he is. Hope he's a miracle worker coming in here. But I'm giving him an F, bro. Marcus, an F on this. Dude, every school got a Power 5 quarterback except for Miami. Some of them got 2. Like, are you kidding me, bro? This is an utter failure. This is who, like, if Tua's brother doesn't come, if you don't get any, if this is what it ends up being. It ends up being that you talk Jacurri back from going into the portal. So we're going to call that a one guy coming in, sure, okay. And then we're going to go ahead and go with all due respect to Reese, the kid from University of Albany. Bro, that is an utter goddamn F compared to wherever. Just look at around to where everyone else got. Look who's at FSU. Just look around. Experienced quarterbacks, realize what happened. And we called this, we joked about it 3 months ago. It was musical chairs, and we were the ones left standing at the end without a Power 5 quarterback, bro.
If you think
it was, come on.
I so sadly have to agree with Toast on this. He's right.
Bro, you guys are agreeing with him because he's one lower. He's 1 grade lower than me.
No, but look at, grades be damned. Look at what he's saying. Listen to him. He just told you every other school that needed a quarterback went out and got a P5 quarterback. And it's true. Duke, for fuck's sake,
Malachi
got Malik Murphy.
Malik Murphy. Boise
Boise
Boise got Malachi Nelson.
got Malachi. Oregon got 2 of them.
Now, can we stop at Oregon just real quick before you move on?
UNLV kid.
Yeah.
I'm curious because we'll segue into the GOAT retiring today. Now, if that guy ends up taking the Alabama job, then those guys are free to go portal hopping for the next 30 days. So maybe we take another look out there because
this is going to be.
So this
is a carousel of so think about this, right? Saban going to, we've said this over the years, Saban going to Alabama changed the landscape of the NFL and college football forever.
Yep.
Forever. The one guy left and changed everything. And now he just left again for good. And it will change everything again. The landscape of college football is about to be a fucking circus. You didn't think it was crazy enough? The guy leaves. It's going to be pandemonium, the movement. Players and coaches. Complete insanity. Down to trainers, assistant coaches, support staff. Everything in the country is going to be moved around in the next 60 days. We're going to get
into all of that after the break. But first, before we get into the break, IP Daily dropped a report for us.
Well, it's about fucking time. Where has he been?
I don't know, man.
Hanging out. Here's the problem. You go, Margaret, rest her soul. And he goes and he finds Mercedes and he's off the deep end.
Well, that's what a 25-year-old stripper will do to an 89-year-old man or whatever, 95-year-old
He's 89?
man. He's like in his 90s, I think. I don't know.
I'm IP Daily with my stream of consciousness. Dateline America, where the winningest program of all time won the national championship. Congratulations, Michigan and Connor Stallions. You cheated and won. It's an American success story, and anyone saying otherwise is just being a square bitch. So basically, the entire state of Ohio. O-H-E-A-D. Elsewhere, let's chat about Florida State for a moment. I haven't seen a bunch of people complain about being fucked over like this since that time I accidentally walked in on a Disney Family Vacation Support Group meeting. The lesson? The same. The mouse always gets what it wants. Whether it's $5,000 for a week in Greater Orlando or the 4 best teams in the college football playoff on their TV network. Lastly, further south, Miami Hurricanes fans are once again trying to convince themselves this will be the year. For those of you keeping score at home, it's year 3 of the Mario Cristobal era and year 20 of the We Suck Balls era. But it's also year 1 of the Poffenbarger era, and let's be honest, that sounds too ridiculous to not be a thing. Kelly, Kozar, Testaverde, Toretta, Dorsey, and Poffenbarger. As long as you idiots don't sign into an NIL deal, the fan base should love him. Until next time, I'm IP Daily asking, how did the Florida State Seminole fan die from drinking milk? The cow fell on him.
Wow. Wow.
I just want to put in a mid-pod name this episode nominee for OHEAD. Well done. Well done. Attaboy, IP.
That is a that I saw a clip. This is, well, it's not directly related, but it's kind of related. I saw a clip of Chester Bennington, and he was on a podcast, and I had never seen this, and he was talking about his depression, and basically in between his ears is a dangerous place if he's there by himself. Very scary place. It's the bad things go on in there, right? Bad neighborhood. And it just makes me think, man, in between those ears, there's some interesting shit going on in. I mean, that's a creative place. I don't know how this guy comes up with this bullshit, but that is something. That is something.
Let's talk about our buddies. So Listen, do we need to go into the kitty scoop and like we can go to like an embroidery shop?
I just have to
we can
get
just
the
get they email us. I'll steal the logo off the
They
website.
they didn't give me the hat, so I have to go get it, I guess. But I haven't had time to go get it. Okay.
Well,
I haven't had time to get there.
It's starting to get ridiculous. I'm just
I like
saying.
the B. I like the B. I like. Yeah.
Like, what really? Do you really?
Yeah. We need to come up with the Paul Bange logo, like
No,
like
I got it.
You think they should have this
Bange.
on
It's
the
just gonna be
billboards?
Hold on.
Yeah,
listen.
but I like the B, and
Bange.
it says Bange, but we got to keep the B because it just I don't know. It's growing on me. I mean, it's not growing on me as much as the conductor hat, but this does. And you know what will grow on you? Paul Bange Roofing. And you know the number of the call because we're making it popular. We're making it famous. You know, if you say, hey, I'm Paul, you say, give me a call. But it's 981 Roof, 561-954-305. It doesn't matter. South Florida Staples. Paul Bange Roofing. Talk to them about the online promotion thing that they have. You can even tell them that the OBB sent you.
I got an idea for them. I got an idea.
Talk to me.
I think they got to start a hotline where people can turn in their neighbors that have tarps in return for like $100 finder's fee. Like you report to Paul Bange, hey, my neighbor at this address, they got a blue tarp. It's been on there for 8 months. It's annoying the hell out of me. Paul, they send a guy out there, cold knock the door, man. And if they close that deal, boom, that neighbor gets like a $100 gift card.
Yes. We're going to turn into the roofing Gestapo.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Narc them out, man. Narc them out.
All good. Watergate them bitches.
You got a neighbor that yelled at your kid one time. He's got a blue tarp. You got to narc his ass out now.
Yes, because if he won't even know that you got $100.
Exactly.
Here we go.
There you go.
I love it. 981 Roof. You'll love them too. Huge Hurricane fans. We have to support our own. Title sponsors of this show. We love them. Bange. What was this?
What in the world is this?
Hey, man, everyone's testicles have been pretty cool.
I mean, thankfully.
Yeah, nice little cold coming through.
Yeah, it's been beautiful out.
I had to put a little of the balm on because my nuts were getting chapped.
You can't go anywhere without the conditioner.
You need to have the balm.
Yeah,
you need the ball balm.
It is the bomb. Like it's impossible. Especially in South Florida. For those of you
curious, I generally walk around with my testicles exposed, so the cold weather was causing them to chap. Just how I live my life, man. Don't judge.
Commando.
Yeah, listen. Oh my God. Walking Stella out there, and my testes are hanging out.
Yeah. See, and you haven't gotten phone call. Where's the Gestapo turning you in?
Get it right, exactly. You get $100.
Hey, my neighbor's running around with his testicles. There he goes. There he goes.
There he goes again.
Hey, ball bomb. It'll solve a chapped testicle.
Ever tell you the story about like one of my first weeks on shift, seeing the guy with the huge balls?
Yeah,
who literally sat on
elephantitis of the nuts.
Yeah, sat on like a beanbag chair. And you know what? He could have used Manscaped too. He definitely needed it because his balls were chapped, and I definitely could see that. The Manscaped Performance Package, they're up to 5.0. They just keep perfecting this damn thing. Not like before it had like lights. It still's got light. It handles curves like a son of a bitch. It's like a Ferrari. It's like a Lamborghini. This thing handles like
it's all-wheel drive now.
It's so good. It's so good. The rubber guard, it helps prevent nicks. And boys, let's just be honest. They told us a long time ago, don't say it's nick-free. Don't say it. I've been nick-free. I'm nick-free.
Yeah.
I'm nick-free. Now we talked about the balls, Scoopy.
Yeah, the packages.
PGA,
and
baby,
you guys are listening to this. So the Sony Open, which will be on today, starting today, which is Thursday. There's still time. They don't tee off until I think the first tee time is about noon.
Yep.
Because they're in Hawaii. They're in Oahu, Waikiki, Wailea Gold. Novak, what time does he go out tomorrow?
So he's part of the field.
Yeah, first tournament of the year.
That's awesome.
He plays the next 3 weeks.
I'm excited to
and then we were talking about it.
Season.
So Pebble is now an elevated event, so he doesn't automatically get into Pebble. So he might get into Pebble. He's got the next 3 weeks. He's got the Sony. He's got the Amex. He's got the Farmers. All very, very good fields. He goes out at 12. He goes out at 12:30.
There you go.
But you can get the package for the Sony, and you get the entire weekend. Beatingthebookie.com. That's where you get it. And you can get your NHL. You can get your college hoops. You can get your NFL playoffs. Speaking of NFL playoffs, I mean, are they really going to play that game? I mean, that might be the dumbest decision I've ever seen.
17 degrees?
No, it's like
They're telling
4
people not to
degrees
go
now with like a
outside.
negative.
I mean,
5.
minus 17 degrees. My bad.
They're telling people not to go outside, but go
Yeah.
play a football game.
Go play football.
At
I
what,
mean,
at what, at what point do
legitimately
they have
stupid.
to require domes on these stadiums?
Oh, you know what? Just stop. Win any of your last fucking 3 games and you're
I'm
playing
not
for
talking about.
I'm not saying
the
about that.
Dolphins. I'm talking about playing a game like humans out there.
Listen,
No, yeah,
man,
me
the
too.
Ice Bowl in Green Bay is a legendary game. It was just as cold.
Nobody gives a shit.
Half of them died that night.
Oh, such a bunch of wussies. It's football.
At beating the bookie
at a
on
certain point.
Instagram, TikTok, and what's the other one? Twitter, X. Get your plays, make yourself some money. Give the man his money.
Yes.
Do you think there's odds on any player getting hypothermia during that game?
Yeah, and if it is, they should have built a dome.
Not in Kansas City, bro.
Just Kansas City.
Can Taylor Swift go out in that sort of weather?
No. She'd cut
Maybe,
glass,
maybe
though.
Jackson Mahomes will freeze and someone can then just like take a sledgehammer and
What
crack him up.
What a penis hat that kid is.
Yes.
Seriously.
Which one?
All right.
Oh,
Jackson
the brother.
Mahomes. All right.
The brother.
Yeah.
So we're all done with the commercials, right?
Yeah.
All right, boys. So listen, Scoop alluded to it. So it was a seismic shift happened today. So here's what. So I called Scoop like 2 days ago, and I had I'm like, oh, dude, I got a fun little topic we can do. So totally was totally blown up today. My topic was going to be, who are let's create the active head coaching Mount Rushmore, but combining NFL and college coaches.
Oh.
Well, not 2 of them just walked away.
Oh my God.
That were up for that. Carroll and Saban, and now Belichick. I mean, who knows, hanging by a thread. Well, let's talk about this, guy. So Alabama now has got a portal, a special. For those of you in the healthcare, this is an SEP. This is a special designated period just for Alabama because they got a head coaching change. So now it's a special 30-day portal for that roster where everybody can leave. And then whatever coach they hire that school's gonna have a 30-day window as well. So where do you guys want to start with this, man? Who do you see replacing them?
Absolute chaos. Because who do we see replacing them? I mean, it's the obvious names. I've literally seen Norvell mentioned, which, I mean, guys, just stop being stupid. First of all, that's like hold on, and don't think I'm being a homer. That's like saying that they would come after Mario.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that either. Like, stop it. Like, that's just, neither one of those makes sense. You've got Dan Lanning, who I think is probably the top choice. You've got Dabo, who, it's funny. He was always the guy. Now isn't really the guy. I don't think. DeBoer. I mean, you can't deny that guy wins. What do you think? I mean, the obvious choice, the only choice for me, this is.
Here we go. Now I know who put it on the OBB.
Now
I know who put it on the OBB.
Think about this though. If you're trying to replace the greatest of all time. You're trying to replace the person who was better at that than anyone else in the history of college football. And there's only one guy who can truly compete with that. It's factual.
Was this before the blonde was on his lap or after?
Who is it? Say the name.
You know it is. You know who it is.
Say the name. Say it.
Come on.
Say it.
Obviously, it's Urban Meyer. We know this.
He said it.
He had to say it. I'm going to make him say it.
You know that's the truth, though. Let's be real.
It is the truth, 100%.
It is the truth. Will it happen? Probably not. But if they wanted to, that would be the guy that Bama fans would be like, yes. Because right now, Bama's like, yeah, they don't care who they get. They're not going to be happy because it's not Nick Saban.
They haven't won in like 4 years. And so in the best line from the OBB account I want to touch after that. Their only chance here to replace that legend, and I'm going to give them ultimate praise and kudos. You turn around, you get Urban Meyer as head coach. At the same time, get Dan Lanning to call your defense. Then get Lane Kiffin to call your offense. And for shits and giggles, demote Mario, put him back to an offensive line coach because that's all he's good for, and he can recruit for you. And then maybe you'll be as good as
be happy enough.
Maybe they'll be happy, and maybe you'll be good enough. Congratulations on a great career. I will say, no, I'm not really sad. Everything, all those things that are great have to one day come to an end.
I'm just, and you're allowed to be sad.
But the OBB account was correct in saying that once NIL, once the payment came from underneath the table, which we always knew. Nick, you're the greatest coach. It's still impressive what you did.
Who thinks can be true?
You were a cheating bastard. Okay? It's true. You were paying players way before it was cool and over the table. You didn't do it by the book. It's okay. There was a lot of schools who didn't do it by the book. But it is also true that once that money came above the table, you never won another national championship. All of a sudden, it just didn't happen for you. And maybe that was one of the beginning of the end. Now, he was fighting tooth and nail to the very, very end to kind of like curtail the whole NIL market. But at the end, and I just want to know, what is he going to do now? What is he going to do?
I know he bought a place in, I think, Jupiter, on the water.
Chill out with Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
I think he'll be
he's going to be playing some golf, chilling out. I think it was Jupiter.
Plenty of flights up to Bristol.
Yeah,
real quick question. What was the bigger, Nick Saban, but was it equal? The end of the Tiger Woods Nike era just happened too. That's
27 years.
I mean, that's huge too. That is Nick Saban level.
Well, that was the biggest. Could it be? I mean, Jordan Nike
still has his brand. No, he still has it though.
Yeah,
he hasn't lost his brand.
I know.
But you're thinking everybody talks about
that signing
the red
and what it
Sunday
meant.
Tiger, but it had a Nike swoosh on it. It was a white. It's not Sunday Tiger
it's
without
not
being
as
Nike.
big as Michael.
Correct.
Because Nike Golf ended up going under, Scoop.
They did. Well, the equipment went under.
That's pretty much.
Yeah,
Nike
no, I
Golf.
get it, but the apparel did.
No, the apparel, yes.
Here's the thing.
But
the combination of Nike and Tiger for the sport
was huge.
Of golf may have been most significant of all.
That's why these guys are so rich now.
Yeah.
Laid the foundation for that. All of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So purses skyrocketed.
Pretty. I saw Jason Day also doesn't have Nike on. So I'm not really sure what's going on with all that.
But back to Nicky.
So let's get back to this. So I will disagree. So first of all, I think folks need to be very just understand where Alabama sits here. Alabama can absolutely get this hire wrong because before Nick, they got it wrong 4 times in a row. You look at the time after our boy,
they will get it wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I mean, you look at that, from Shula and Francione and Du Bois and the other guy that was there for 2.5 minutes. But yeah, I mean, for a decade before they hired Nick, they had gotten it wrong. So they can get this hire wrong. Man, I understand that Lanning is the betting favorite. Here's my issue. Alabama got this hire wrong 4 times in a row. And to get it right, they said, screw this. We're not going to go get the hot name, the hot coordinator, the hot, smaller school head coach. We're going to go get someone that's actually won a title. And that dude's at LSU. And they went and they stole Nick from LSU and brought him over. They were done trying to find maybe there's someone that can maybe take the next step at Alabama.
Got him from the Dolphins.
Miami.
Well,
I'm sorry. Yes, but he had won, right? But
he won at LSU
title
before he went to the Dolphins. Yeah,
I'm sorry, but yes. Try to put that whole 2 years into Dolphins out of my brain. But so Lanning has never won anything, bro. He's got 2 years of running a program, and it was a program that was in very good shape when he took it over. You know what I'm saying?
I personally don't think he's qualified to take over.
I just don't if I'm Alabama, if I'm going to follow the GOAT, I need someone that's won this before. So I've
already told you who it is.
Well, so here's my question: do you go to the NFL? Do you
Bill
get
Belichick doesn't want to recruit,
or someone do you get a young? Is there someone else out there that we're not thinking of that's not in college right now? Because you need to hit a grand slam.
But were they in college? Because you mentioned Nick, and Nick came from the pros, but he had won in college, yes. And he knew how to recruit and was okay with recruiting and enjoyed recruiting. You can't just go get a pro guy who has never recruited before to be the head coach at Alabama. Like, that's going to be a colossal failure.
We knew this day was coming. And I just had imagery just pop into my head. Epiphany. You know, if Warden Norton went up to Andy Dufresne's thing and he said, I'll take you and I'll send you down to Gen Pop and we'll have a book burning party. Alabama, you just came down into Gen Pop. You welcome. Welcome to the rest of the world. You had a nice run. Whatever coach you get is not going to be Nick Saban. Go ahead, get Lanning. Go ahead.
Well, so here's my thing, man. I mean,
he's
like
1/100th qualified to be the next head coach of Alabama. You talked about Sean McVay. Like that guy, you don't know if he could recruit. You can get Bill
Go
Belichick.
after Dabo. How do you not go after Dabo? He's a Bama guy. He graduated from. He's won national titles.
That could be the only dude that would like. All right, you don't take Andy Dufresne out of his one bunk Hilton and throw him with all the rest of the engines.
I hope Urban Meyer gets hired just to shut you two up.
Warden Norton is the one who called them that. All right, that was not Rose saying it. That is me quoting. That's what he said. All right. But yeah, he doesn't take you from like the third floor. Dabo takes you to the second floor. He has won the national championships. He has beaten Nick. But we'll see because
so who else besides him and
Clemson's
Urban?
been preparing this. Clemson's been preparing for this, so they've been trying to lock up Dabo for a long time.
I mean, if you're the AD, like who would you guys hire? Like, would you literally hire Urban, Scoop?
Of course I would.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I'm not being facetious when I say it. If you want somebody who has any sort of opportunity to be somewhat on the same playing field and someone who can continue the Alabama, call it a legacy, call it the dynasty, call it whatever you want.
Is he as rigid as Saban? Would he get too loose? Like, can he do that for 10 years?
He only needs to do it for like 5 years and he'll fuck up and get and be out of town. But it'll be enough to get them past what just happened to them.
You saying there's a lot of cute blonde waitresses in Tuscaloosa?
No, I wouldn't say that either.
They're coming down to Gen Pop, bro.
No, they are. I agree. I would hire Urban because I think he's the only saving grace.
I think it's Dabo.
But I think Dabo
is the one guy that's
got the pedigree.
Right? Let me
he
throw
has the
another one
resume.
out to you.
Huh?
Brian Kelly.
I already thought of that. Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, I think this move leads to the next 5 to 7 years where it's Georgia and LSU that are ruling the SEC.
So why would he leave?
I think Brian Kelly is just building a monster down in Baton Rouge.
I want to see how many people leave Alabama with this portal window now open. I want to see, and you already saw a 5-star plus, right? A 5-star plus recruit.
I'm still amazed. I don't understand. He's such a piece of shit.
Who, Brian
Kelly? Yeah, I don't understand how anybody wants to play for that asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes.
Anyway, that's my opinion.
I gotcha.
Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him.
It's going to be fascinating. So what percentage? What percentage?
You know what I'm sad though? I'm gonna let's a lot. 30%.
I mean, Kevin Steele's retiring, so the DC's gone.
Well, yeah, he did that first too. It was his news, so he must have known that Nikki was leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm a little sad though. You know what I'm a little sad though.
Got there for a year.
If our guy would have pulled a Jim Harbaugh and made us relevant and like won 10 games, the fact that as a Miami fan we have zero threat, we're not putting our head down at night. We're not a Clemson fan. We're not an Oregon fan shitting bricks because we're about to lose a coach.
We are content to sleep and know that our coach is going nowhere.
Well, let me just say this. Hold on a second. Let's just do a giant fun what if here. Miami never comes calling for Mario. Like, for whatever reason, they stick with Manny. So Mario gets 2 more years at Oregon. Now, I don't know what he does at quarterback because he probably doesn't get Knicks, but they do really well. Mario now is a prime candidate for this Alabama job.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, a front and center betting favorite.
Yes.
Like he would be one of the top 2 or 3 favorites.
Heavy favorite.
He'd be
heavy favorite.
What landing's percentage? It would be Mario.
Yes.
Yeah. Plus, in a head-to-head matchup, Mario would be the home favorite.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even be the dog.
Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that
nuts?
It's true. It's true.
It's 100% true.
It's totally true.
Losses to Middle Tennessee State and Rutgers in a bowl game will do that.
It really is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It is absolutely nuts.
Because he started that whole gravy train. Now, recruiting.
Did we last time we were on? Did we address or did it come after Guidry signed a long-time deal? Or not a long-time
we did
deal.
not.
He signed
It was prior to that.
prior to that.
we were on
Okay.
Friday. Yeah.
It wasn't a long-term deal, but they upped his money. Good for you.
They did. Good. No, absolutely needed to. You can't be losing your coordinators, especially
And
once he gets right.
And I haven't heard that they upped Shannon Dawson's. Just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Or the ones that he just lets coach.
We need to be in on the next coaching process. Next coordinator process. Stop deliberating. Stop calling old
listen.
NFL dudes that called plays. Stop calling those guys.
Look, I have this.
Call us. We got the last. We got the.
No, I'm going to say this.
We said Lance Guidry was the better hire of the two. And before that, who do you want? This is who we want. This little known guy from SMU. We've told you the two best hires in the last 20 years.
Listen, I'll give Mario credit. This is the first time that he's rolling over the season and keeping both of his coordinators from the year before. So that's a plus. That's going in the right direction. So at least we're starting. This will be 2 years in a row with the same two coordinators. So some continuity there that hopefully that can't be bad. So, that's an improvement over, the rotating door we had.
Yeah, and the fact that we kept those coordinators and we got that continuity, just go back to how the show started. It really led to some quarterback success. You gave it an F.
Well, bro,
really,
I mean,
really helped out. Thumbs up.
Well, listen, dude, it is what it is. That whole we knew we needed a quarterback at what point? November, and the fact that you just were literally the last team left without a chair, and it's just pathetic. I mean, it was an F. It's an F. Whatever. Listen, hopefully, Poffenbarger is just the man.
You can't even say that with a straight face. You start laughing.
I want to believe, I really do, but really? Okay, sure.
FCS Tate.
FCS Tate. That's what killed it, bro. Every time I say, it's Tate Poffenbarger now. It's Tate Poffenbarger.
And that literally just came off the cuff because I was like, he's going to go into two directions here. You know how my convoluted brain works. He's either going to be the Miami Mayfield or FCS Tate. I don't think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. It's going to be one of the two. It's either destined for great things or just fall flat on its face.
Just brutal.
I'm going to say something.
Oh, God.
Oh,
shit.
It's kind of a prediction. It's kind of something that I believe. And you can bookmark it. Jenners, you can do whatever you need to do. Copy this, write it down. I believe that if things go the way the other coordinator would like him to go, that I think Shannon Dawson is going to have a very, very good year next year. Just my belief.
That's really was quite a statement.
It's so
I'm trying to not be an asshole.
Okay.
What do you mean by the other coordinator?
If Dawson gets, I am.
If he's allowed to do his job,
I'm starting. I look back at this, and again, speculative scoop. This is 100% just me analyzing and coming up with my own opinion. I look back at some of this stuff, and I think to myself, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There's a lot of things that don't make sense with this, and we touched on this briefly because a lot of people had said, Mario's getting in the way. Mario's, he's meddling. And we're like, why? You're nuts. Like, there's zero reason for that to happen. None. Dawson's cooking. Why would you interrupt it? And then I look at certain things that happen and they just don't make sense. And I'll go back to the one that was the most recent, which was the 4th and 2. And you line up and you're ready to go and you call timeout and you're in 5 wide and you come back out and you're in a 13 set. I don't know, what are they in?
13
right?
set.
They were in a 13 set and they tried to run it up the middle. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't call a timeout to do that. And there's certain things that don't make sense to me. I'm just saying it. It's kind of an end of your rant. I haven't talked about it. I just think there's things that don't make sense. And
I'm just hoping that. I'm just hoping we're not playing this cosmic role reversal. And I know what you're alluding to, Mario Medals. And that's his
people
reputation.
not staying in their lane.
Yeah, staying in his lane. And I hope sometime next year I don't go to you and being like, buddy, you're asking for things like D'Onofrio to run a 4-3.
I'm not
That's
saying
just
that
who
I know
Mario
he's
is.
great.
I'm just saying
with
that could be who Mario is.
I know.
And he's just not going
I'm
to allow
worried
the
about
guy
it
to
because
have
it just
this
doesn't make sense.
creative element, because when it's all coming down to, he's got machismo problems. He's
Listen.
a former offensive lineman. We've discussed this ad nauseum, and that's his shell. That's his turtle.
There has to be somebody that can have honest conversation, and it may not be Mirrorball, because he may be just as blinded in that same tunnel as Mario is, so they're just not seeing things. But there has to be somebody that can be like, bro. And I'm hoping that Zoe, to be quite honest with you, man. I don't know who else it would be outside of a mentor, and his mentor is Shiana. So I don't know how, I don't know how that all works, but someone's got to be able to be like, listen, man, there's some things that you need to work on as well. There, and there's certain things that we need to, he's not perfect, dude. He has flaws, and we need to know that he's addressing them as well. Because if he's not, then none of this makes any difference.
Well, yes and no. I think Poffenbarger is the guy who makes up for any of the.
Well, he can go rogue, right? He can go rogue because he has the experience to go rogue, like Jacurri can.
Make up for the flaws.
He brought in a rogue guy,
just like they all said. It's what the hell was that coach's name that won the national championship? Larry Coker. He didn't have to do anything.
No,
He didn't have to do anything.
Hey, we don't have any picks.
Any chance Alabama hires Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah, right.
Surprised he's not with an NFL team already.
I don't think
That
he's
could be
leaving
happening.
now.
It could be
I think he might stay. Yeah, I think he might stay.
Isn't that crazy?
And you got to think about this. He might stay because he's like, oh, I don't have to play off against Nick. He was the last guy. He was Nick Saban's last game. He gets to keep that forever.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
True.
Forever. Way to go, Jim Harbaugh. You are the guy that ended Nick Saban's career. Kudos to you. And maybe he's like, yeah, I'm not going to go to the NFL. It's going to be easier to win in college. Ryan Day paints on a beard, so I can't take him seriously. And Nick Saban's gone. So then what I got to get
champion.
Think about this. No one has even mentioned Ryan Day for that job.
Yeah.
No one's even mentioned him. I hadn't even considered him until you just brought him up.
He hasn't been on all the talking heads list.
Isn't that wild?
Isn't it weird?
Dude wins 97% of his games.
Well, so the Bet Online betting favorites is Dan Lanning plus 300.
Yeah.
Dabo is number 2. Lane is number 3 at plus 500.
We didn't
Then
mention him
DeBoer.
either.
I did
DeBoer
at
is
offensive
600.
coordinator.
This is my favorite. At 600 is DeBoer tied with Dion. Dion. Then Pat Shermer.
I would
Urban Meyer's
say
plus 1,000. Billy Napier is 1,400. Ryan Day is 2,000. And D'Amico Ryans is plus 2,200.
D'Amico Ryans.
Houston Texans.
Wow. Yeah, he's done a hell of a job.
Hell of a job.
That's a dark horse, huh?
Right?
Played for him.
So
That's pretty cool. That's cool to have his name up there.
Well, I mean, D'Amico Ryans is going to be NFL Coach of the Year, I would hope. I mean, what he's done that's just insane. It's just insane with a rookie.
With one of Ryan
You know what
Day's
I find
boys,
hysterically
right?
funny is the amount of money that they're going to win off idiots who are picking Dion at plus 600.
Yes.
I mean, people are
If he
actually going
had-
to make that bet.
he would actually change the face of college football if he was the head coach of Alabama.
It would be so bad.
He would.
Wow.
With
Just
all those
FYI,
resources.
Miami Hurricanes.
And
just
that
lost to
whole staff,
Louisville.
he would have a linebacker coach. Dion would go to Alabama with a linebacker coach of Ray Lewis, a safety coach of Ed Reed, and a defensive line coach of Warren Sapp.
Well, Michael Irvin would end up being his wide receiver coach.
Oh, all day long.
You'd probably
It
talk
would be
Jason
the
Taylor into coming over.
And they would continue their juggernaut trend with a bunch of Miami Hurricanes coaches. And they would literally throw us into another 20-year tailspin.
I think Lane Kiffin is interesting, but I think he's too much for them.
Well, let me ask you this. Like,
You understand this, though. Alabama has this luxury. I think they're going to take a step back. They're getting thrown in a gen pop. But like their second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth pick at head
Number
coach
one for everybody else.
without a doubt.
well,
Like
so
without
here's my
a doubt.
thing. I'm wondering what the paperwork is like here, because obviously Nick hasn't officially retired yet. So the portal's not open yet. You got to think in these 24 to 48 hours, they want to try to get someone hired by the time the portal opens to keep these kids from all like they need to have someone in place within 5 days
they'll,
or so.
they'll be hired by tomorrow.
You think they'll be hired tomorrow that quick?
Well, so Thursday. I think by the end of business today, Thursday.
I would think by the end of the weekend.
Very soon. Today.
Okay. All right.
Done. It's already done.
And Lanning was a GA there? He was a GA there.
Yes. Yes, yeah. That's how Kirby got him.
Apparently, he was a GA there. He got a job at Memphis. Nick wanted to hire him back from Memphis, and Kirby hired him 2 days prior.
Yeah, he came over, and that's how Kirby.
Look, you think that Nick Saban just woke up today and said,
"Oh no, he knows who he wants." Yeah,
I mean that's all. It's all put together.
Even if he did do that, he earned the right.
Of course, but I'm saying he's not going to do that to them,
bro. I'm Nick Saban, no, but at that point, listen, I'm about to retire. I'm out the door. Hey, Nick, how's it going, buddy? Like, they're not even thinking about it. They probably didn't have this discussion. Then he comes in the next day. He's like, "Hey, boss, I'm retiring. What are you gonna do?" Right? In I get you. Oh, he wouldn't do that to him. He owes nothing to Alabama. Alabama owes everything to him. Don't get it twisted.
Twisted. I'm just saying,
there's no elite. I would literally, if I was in his shoes, I'd be like, "I'm out. Peace. I did great for you. I know I did. Put my hand on your shoulder, just the ultimate power move. Out the door I go to do my Aflac commercials.
You're
and go
so
talk.
Full of shit.
You know what I would like to see?
You're so full of shit, bro.
Not even close.
That's like first of all, that's not you at all. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
when you retire.
It's
when you
not
retire,
you at all. No.
Yep,
No.
I'm done. I'm done.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Did he go to school there? Did he go to school there?
That's like, what if he's good friends with the AD? What if I'm the AD and you are the coach? And we've had a very, very, very successful run for many years.
Mm-hmm.
You are just going to.
I'm out.
Pretty decent friends. You're just going to walk up to me one morning and go, "Hey, fuckface, I'm out of here."
Yes.
You're so full of You're so full of shit.
I'm retiring on that day. I'm just saying, here's my 2 weeks notice, boss. I'm out.
You're an idiot.
Here's something for ESPN. Because we got the Manning cast, right, during Monday Night Football. I'm having a visual back when I was a kid in the Muppets, right? And the two old guys up in the balcony of the critics, right? The two old guys.
Waldorf and Statler.
Yeah.
Bro, Waldorf and Statler. You got Belichick and Saban in a room just breaking down what awful things coaches are doing during games like on Monday morning. Just like, what the hell was he thinking here? My God, you believe he did this? You believe he did? What the? Oh my God. Oh, that would be phenomenal.
They'd make more money than they would at any point in their career at their respective jobs.
It'd be spectacular.
It would be I would tune in religiously.
Oh my God.
I would start a priesthood to follow this. I'm like,
them breaking down coaching moves.
Bill Belichick and Nick Saban instead of doing a Manning cast, they just literally like just poo poo on all your decisions. Please do a Miami game. Just please do a Miami game. Oh my God. So finally they could be like, "See, I told you." Now these two said he sucks.
Saban would have been like, "I taught him better when he was with me."
We can AI that though. We can AI Nick Saban and Bill Belichick breaking down moments in Miami Hurricane games. That would be so good.
Might be some copyright issues with that.
No.
All right. We got 5 questions we want to do?
Yes, we do.
All right. Do you got any?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
5 questions.
Question number 1. 5 questions. 4 guys. Here's our answers. What is the best SNL skit of all time?
All right, so I'm going to go, God, there's so many, but I will go to the ones just popped into my head first. I'm starting with Sweaty Balls.
It's a really good one.
I'm going to go with Dick in a Box.
Also a good one.
Also a good one. I'll go with more cowbell.
Iconic. Mine was quick and easy for me. Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley Chippendales auditions. All time.
Yeah.
All time.
My second one was Chris Farley Down by the River,
Down by the River.
The counselor. Yeah.
Also good.
With Spade and Applegate.
All right. Strong answers. We're coming out the box hot. Number 2. What's a dead giveaway that someone grew up poor? I'm going to say, I think once they get money.
Fucked up question.
I know. Right? I know. But I'm going to still say that, like.
Shit on the poor. Go.
They still don't prioritize. Like, their car. They, like, you could have you grew up poor, but you literally could have millions and millions of dollars, and you're still, like, riding a broken F-150 because it's like, it's home to you.
This is offensive.
Yeah, so we got to change questions.
It's kind of a poor question.
No, but this is just an offensive.
It's just in poor taste. That's
yeah, it's just very poor taste.
I have no answer.
Like, what the hell?
I have no answer.
Wow.
All right, I win that one. Okay, so all right, question. That was question 1B. So I gotta come up with another one. On the opposite end of the spectrum, what would you do if you had enough money if you didn't have to work? What would you do if you had enough money to not have to work?
Well, I wouldn't work.
No shit. That's part of the question.
I do whatever I want. I don't
no,
know.
but what would you do?
Play golf all day.
Really? Okay. All right.
Drink and play golf. Yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Okay.
It's a pretty strong answer.
Jesus Christ! It's
a pretty strong answer. I mean, I would travel to play golf.
Oh, well, sure. Okay, there you go. That's good.
Generous.
I would play. I would play all the top 100 public courses in the country,
in the world,
and then try to find a way to get onto all the top privates as well. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
All right.
2 chicks at the same time.
What would I do? I don't think I could not have a job. I think I would go out of my mind. I just think whatever job I would do, which would be like so trivial and probably just fun for me, I would just be the most lippiest asshole in the place. I just don't care at that point.
We got asshole row tonight as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I would literally just be like, yeah, I'd be like working at Home Depot or something. Hey, where's the pipe fittings at? I don't know. Find it.
So you go to work to just be a dick to people.
I would have to do something because
you're like crazy. A millionaire now.
Yeah, I would go crazy. But
Instead
I think it would be really cool.
And enjoying life. You'd go back there and be miserable to everybody.
Going job to job, getting fired.
Right?
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. That would have fun.
I would enjoy that.
But I would love to be like a real life Count of Monte Cristo. I would love to be that dude that just literally I just hear the waitress and she's in like, bad dire straits, and I would like write her a $25,000 check. Like, here's your tip.
That'd be awesome.
But I still want to be a dick at work. I just want to be lippy. All right. What was a common name that got ruined by one person?
You guys know my answer.
It got ruined by one person.
Oh, I know his answer. Yeah, it's actually a female.
It's common back in the day.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
Oh, that got ruined by a craze.
What name?
Oh, he's going to say Hillary.
Of course he is.
Of course I am.
And I'm going to say Brandon. That's my answer.
Name that got ruined?
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what is wrong? I feel he used all of his intelligence on the IP Daily skit.
I think I did. Yeah, I got nothing.
He's got nothing.
I don't know who was the original. I don't know who was the original Chad, but at one point Chad became ruined forever.
Yeah, the
Chad
hanging Chad. Yeah, Chad. Chad Kroger from Nickelback didn't do it any favors either.
No, not at all.
Whatever.
None.
Yeah,
good band.
All right. What app is a red flag if you see it in a person's phone?
Grindr.
So he's gonna get offended by my 4-person question. But let's just go right to Grindr. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I guess it all depends if you're out already or not publicly, but
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
If not, you might want to have the phone lock on your phone. Just saying.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I mean, along those lines, I was going to say OnlyFans.
I mean, like, imagine, like, seriously, imagine if you're like a husband married with a few kids, and your 15-year-old son grabs your phone and sees you got the Grindr app on it. How do you have that conversation? What's your response when he comes to you?
I learned it
Dad,
from
what's
watching
this?"
you. Okay.
Iconic
How does
commercial,
that
by the
talk
way.
go?
Yeah.
How does that go? What do you do? What do you do? You blame. You know what? I blame it on you.
What?
I said that it was a joke. You took my phone the other day and installed the
All right,
app
so you
on
blame
my
it on
phone.
a friend. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. That's good
It's about as
enough
creative
excuse,
as I can
guess. Yeah.
What about you, Jenners?
They did it
App?
just so my family would find it and fuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably go the opposite direction and just say Tinder, I guess.
Tinder, yeah. Good
There
one.
you go.
Swipe,
Yeah,
swipe,
You're out
swipe.
there just throwing it around.
Unless that's where you found her. So then everything's fine.
Is that
At which
still a
point,
thing?
though, you got to get rid of the
got
app.
married off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Right, but once you meet,
Yeah.
that's it, right? Like if
Is
we're in
that
a
still a
relationship.
thing?
I don't know, but
Like
I mean,
the
this
Tinder
is like
thing
6
where they
years
like
ago they got
swipe
married.
and
I'm
hook
just
up?
glad they didn't have that when I was, when, social media. I'm glad that wasn't around. All right. Question
Could you
number.
imagine, like seriously, imagine if there was a Tinder when it was like 3 a.m. and you're hammered and the bar's clearing out and you got no one. And you open up a Tinder app. You're like,
I know.
That's where bad decisions are.
Even
made.
hook,
That's where
even
bad things happen.
Even hooking up this generation gets. You want to talk like the part? That's one of the things that the participation trophy got right. Like literally, they got an app. Like, just you want to participate? Sure. Sure. Swipe. All right, let's go. All right.
It's like
Weird,
Oprah.
bro.
Everybody
It's
gets laid.
weird.
I'm keeping it TV only.
What did you just say? It's like what?
It's like Oprah. Everybody gets laid.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Oprah
No.
Lately,
at the Golden Globes?
No.
No.
Okay.
I didn't watch the Golden Globes. I heard Joe
Do me a
Coy
favor.
bombed.
Joey Coy
Yeah, I
did?
heard that too.
Oh, just was an awful monologue apparently.
Really?
Oh, just like they're talking about it. Like, just Whoopi had to come out to his defense. When Whoopi Goldberg's coming out to your defense on your monologue, that's not
Oh,
good.
my
Oh, I
goodness.
love Joey Coy. Go do me a favor. Go look up Whoopi at the Golden Globes.
Whoopi or Oprah?
Oprah.
Oprah. I'm sorry.
Why?
I saw pictures of her.
No, go. I want you to go look it up, and I want you to find
No, thanks.
the one where she's like taking the photos in the front, moving around.
Pictures.
Oh, why?
Was she wearing purple?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Was she
Yeah.
look like Grimace?
You find like a little video of her like moving around.
I haven't
Acting like
seen.
she's taking
I just seen
photos and
still
stuff.
photos. But I know she lost a ton of weight. She's on the pen. She's shooting herself up
She's
at the
taking the
Ozempic
Ozempic.
pen. Yeah, the Ozempic pen thing or whatever. Yeah. Why is that what?
That's not her. That's not her, bro.
Huh?
It's not her.
It's not her.
Not her. 1,000% an imposter.
69 years old.
Not her.
That's not her.
Find videos of it. I'm telling you, it's not her. It's wild. Yeah.
Is this a conspiracy that's going around?
Yeah, conspiracy.
Like
theory.
fake Oprah?
I looked
Is
at
that
it. It's not her.
trending?
It's not her. It's not even close to being her.
Not even close to being her.
It's wild, dude.
It looks like her.
Yeah. Well, of course it looks like her, but it's not like
She lost a lot of weight.
they're
on
not going to
Ozempic.
send an imposter that doesn't look like her.
Why would you send an imposter to the Golden Globes?
I'm just telling you.
Well, no. If you're going to go down this, and I need to know
I've
the
gotten the
reason
president
why one would
one.
do that.
I've gotten the president one. You have a doppelganger president
Why
because
is Oprah doing that?
there's like a high threat they're going to kill the president and they kill his I get that, but why does Oprah
don't
do
know.
fake Oprah?
I don't go watch the video. and
No.
You
You
tell
can't
me
just
if it's
throw
Oprah.
it out there and then say, I don't know why she would do
I
it.
don't know why. I don't know why. I just think you should watch the video and then come up with your own
Let's just
theory.
go, Joe.
Whether
Before
or
we even
not.
get to question 5, if we're gonna get before we even get to question 5, because I have a question.
I think this is question 5.
No, you totally
Was it really
usurped me.
Oprah at the Golden Globes?
Yes,
Are you guys talking about Joey Coy?
no. I was talking about Joe Rogan. We're gonna go full Joe Rogan with this bitch.
Okay.
What is your thoughts? Because he keeps getting louder. Because you're just coming up with Oprah conspiracy theorists. So let's just go full blown onto that side. Aliens. The
There's a
South
lot
Beach.
of them out there right now.
Oh, the Bayfront portal?
Dude, they talked about like they've been on a ship that has like time and space travel capabilities. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to believe. I've seen this in movies. I just
no. Did you see the police thing at Bayfront Park with the
yes,
with the
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because I just wanted to know if any of those guys could be our quarterback. I even put that out there. I was like, I'm sure they're dual threats.
You know what was weird about
fast.
the whole thing that was weird about that? I mean, obviously, I think most of that's hooey. But the thing that was weird about that is they actually shut down air traffic in the area. All MIA was shut down. No planes in or out. So to do that, and you had two choppers.
Is that true? Was air traffic shut down?
Yeah.
And you got that from a news source, not from Twitter, right?
Yeah. I saw it was on a number of different places.
Yeah, but then if the helicopters are there, how officially did they? Because they need to get clearance. Helicopters don't just fly without clearance. So if they shut down the airspace,
it was weird.
I just know that people that live there say they've never seen that big of a police response for anything ever.
Right.
Ever.
And I said,
pretty much looked like all the cars.
Yeah, I was backing it up with saying, look, if it's at a mall, if they believe that it's a mass event, in today's day and age, they're sending a whole lot of fucking people, right? I mean, to try and quell and squash any sort of mass event that may have been happening. But, kids with sticks being the explanation is a little strange.
Miami police have shut down wild rumors that a 10-foot-tall alien was roaming Floridian City on New Year's Day. There were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs, and despite speculation, air traffic was not shut down.
Oh.
All
right.
That's just what they say.
Rumors get started.
This is what the man says.
That's what they say.
This is what the government says.
This is what the cover-up media.
Yes.
Final question, number 5.
Because let's just say that Miami government can always keep a lid on a secret like that.
Yeah, of course they can. Of course they can.
They are.
But
straight and narrow in the country.
I'm reining myself back away. Even if it was true and it was aliens running around, I'm still like I'm Timothy. I believe that's the one that Jesus. Doubting Thomas. There you go, Thomas. I'm Thomas. I'm down. I'm saying no way. They're not real. Just have a hard time. I know the universe is grand and huge, and we're like a tiny speck in an infinite sphere of infinite possibilities, right? I think there's predators out there. Of course I do. But like if they literally was an alien down here and they told me, I still wouldn't believe it. I'm like, no.
It'd be hard to believe.
Yeah. No.
It's like trying to convince somebody that the earth is flat.
Until I put until I touched them. I'm like, oh my God, it's real. I'm like, oh no, there's aliens.
Check this out. Hear me out. Bar Rescue, right? The TV show.
Jake
but
Tapper?
It's Saban helping out a program for a week.
No, you are on fire, bro.
You need to pitch that to somebody right now.
Well, that's from Twitter. That's from Joe Butner.
Oh, we'll totally steal it. Anyway, that's amazing. That was good.
HBO already stole it.
Oh, yeah. It's got 400,000 views already. So someone that has access has already stolen that. But yeah, that's amazing.
I know the first program where you could go.
Yeah, come to Miami.
Please.
Help out Mario.
Please. And even in that, he probably goes to Duke first.
Oh,
Manny has like dibs. Hey, come help us out, Nick.
He's going to help out Packy.
Yeah, Packy your bags. So, all right. Question number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the greatest TV character ever?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like not even like drama, comedy, like just overall.
Yep. Who is your favorite greatest TV movie character? TV, not movie. I'm sorry. TV. TV only. Just TV.
It's been different characters throughout my life.
Okay.
So as a child, I'll be honest, and this will upset people, but Heathcliff Huxtable.
You say you like Bill Cosby. The jello pudding.
The pudding pop.
I know that's not popular nowadays.
Just got the pudding in the pop.
Yeah, but in the 80s, that was a good father figure to follow. But then, it'd be different people throughout the years.
All right, so that's your favorite, and that's the best.
Just to piss people off.
All right. Well, we've kind of done this on this 5 questions. I'm pretty sure it's either your standing with money or your political standing or a conspiracy theorist. We've touched all nerves on this one. Scoopy, please don't pick mine.
I've got two. Oh, man, it's hard. And they're both older for me, actually.
Okay.
So I've got Sam Malone
Cheers. Yeah.
and Al Bundy.
That was one of mine.
Okay. So you got Al Bundy, huh?
Scored 4 touchdowns for Polk High in a single game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
he
have
did.
I have another one, but I in today's world you can't say it. Back then, I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
He still has the Letterman jacket too.
Sanford?
Oh my God, he was good.
Fred
Sanford and
Sanford's
Sons.
Oh yeah. Well, Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker. Yeah, you couldn't get away with that
Come
either.
Yeah.
No. Mine's a little
Who's
bit more. Mine's a little bit more modern. Mine's more modern. But like when I watch this show and I watch this character on this show, I don't think I've ever been more impressed with somebody being a certain character to the point where it's kind of like a little different than what he is as a person in real life. But Greg Laurie as House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House to me was the greatest
Yeah.
TV character.
House, and you know that we've done this question in the past years ago, and House has always been like one of my favorites.
It was like a show, but I just wanted to do it as an actor.
He
You know what I'm saying?
that character's fucking brilliant.
It was amazing.
Truly brilliant.
The
And it was like a career. I mean,
And
I'm
you
sure
know
he
it
could get
fits
other
right
roles.
in with you being an asshole today.
Yeah, well, I finished. I didn't finish that way. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be lippy when
No,
I
but you did,
retire.
though. You
Well,
just
just
finished
hold it
by-
against me. You just hold it against me.
House may have been the biggest asshole character in TV history.
But he wasn't. But he had a.
He was so good, dude.
He had redeeming qualities. He was difficult
He
to
saved
deal
lives.
with, and he saved lives, and he was unconventional. But I'm just telling you,
Yeah,
he was
awesome.
He had a heart too, and the fact that he had to play him as a cripple. You know what I'm saying? He had to
Yeah, true.
he was on
with
pills
an
the whole
English
time.
accent, with
Yeah.
English with
No,
a
with an
crippled
American accent.
American
'cause
accent
he is
with
English. Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
English. Yeah, Stuart Little, and then he's all nice as Stuart Little's dad.
Well, he was on like Faulty Towers back in the. He has a long.
He's had a
career back
long
in
and
the day.
illustrious
Yeah.
career.
Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah.
has. Yes, he has.
So, all right.
that's five
That's
questions.
5.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. We named
We've missed so many characters.
I already.
there's
I already.
so many.
Oh my
All
God!
right,
dude,
I wanna
look,
hear
Bradley Whitford from West Wing, phenomenal. Josh Lyman, love
You
that
can
character.
go old school, Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yeah.
You know, you go
How
super
about
old school.
freaking Hawkeye Pierce?
Honestly, what about Jack Bauer?
Yeah,
So
Jack
Kiefer
Bauer.
Sutherland as
24 was
Jack
so
Bauer at
good.
the height of 24 was
That
24
show was
was so
insane.
good.
That was must
That was
TV.
the
It was
the
must-see
first
TV.
true binge
yes,
program.
Yeah.
yes,
Because of how it was by the
Set up.
hour.
right. You had
Right?
to watch every episode.
You had to watch it
Yes.
like
Yeah.
back to back to back to back to
Well, it
back.
was so
'cause you couldn't-
annoying when you can only watch one episode.
Yes, it's the
Oh,
worst.
The worst. They would always start off the season with back-to-back 2 episodes, so you get 2 hours
ding,
in.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding.
the clock.
The
Oh.
clock.
I wonder how that show
I used to have the
holds up if you go
CTU
back and watch it.
ringtone on my phone for ages. That boop boop doo 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 doo
Yeah.
doo doo. That was my ringtone forever.
I saw somebody the other day from that cast just died. I think it was the guy.
Dennis Haysbert was the president.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Pedro Serrano.
I was going to say that's CC Pedro
Yeah.
Yeah.
before he became Mr. Allstate.
Mm,
You know, some people that they still can't put 2 and 2. You mean to tell me Pedro Serrano from
Pedro
Major
Serrano's
League
the Allstate guy.
is the Allstate guy? I was like, yes,
Yes.
You know he
Look it
still
up.
gets paid from them.
yes.
From
He still does
Allstate?
commercials, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
no, he
he's got a
doesn't.
lot.
Oh, hey, what did he pull a Bobby Bonilla?
Yeah,
deal?
he's got like a Bobby Bonilla deal.
Good for him. Good for him. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out how Flo from Progressive got her job. She is homely.
I don't know how she's keeping her job.
Bro,
That is
That bit was
7
tired
years.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
well, then you got the AT&T girl. She's been doing that for a while as well.
and I'm a big fan of Lily, but Flo,
Flo and Lily.
Well, I'll tell you what. So here's the interesting thing: the most creative television commercials out there are all done by insurance companies.
They really are.
Whether it is Farmers Insurance with the dude from whatever,
Oh, yeah.
or whether it's Flo, or whether it's the Lizard Geico. The most creative and funny are all insurance companies. For some reason.
Honest. the
Jake
pro-
from State Farm.
Jake
Oh
from
yeah,
State Farm.
Jake. Yeah.
Progressives, you're turning into your parents.
Oh,
Hey, do you
hilarious.
realize Jake
Are
from State Farm? So
really
Jake
good.
from State Farm and the original Jake from State Farm, when Jake from State Farm was more Caucasian. Do you know the new Jake from State Farm was behind that? He talked to that Jake from State Farm, so he was in the original commercial Jake from State Farm. It's crazy.
All right, what are we naming this thing?
Well, we've got
I wrote down
OHEAD.
OHAD. I wrote down Poff Daddy, FCS Tate.
Oh,
And
can't
I've got
do that.
Welcome to Gen
Welcome to
Pop.
Gen Pop.
I wrote
That's the
down
one I had,
Welcome to
that
Gen
one.
Pop. And I wrote Go Right to Grinder. Which I don't know if we want to do that.
No.
I kind of like
That's not the one.
OHEAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or Welcome to Gen Pop.
I liked Welcome
Yeah,
to Gen Pop.
Welcome to Gen Pop is good too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, am I the deciding vote on
No,
this
it's
one?
2-2. No, Jenners and I say Welcome to Gen Pop, and you and Toast say OHEAD.
OHEAD.
I'm good with either one.
Well, that's
All right,
what
okay.
the fuck is that? Nice stance.
Yeah.
Great stance, Jenners.
I don't have one. I want to go to bed. That's my stance.
All right, let's
Let's
flip
save
a
the
coin.
show and go get some sleep.
There you go.
Hey, let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Who has a coin?
Hey Siri, flip a
There you
coin.
go. Yeah, don't you got to tell what heads and tails
I was
is?
going to say,
Well,
no one's
what is it?
picked anything either.
Heads.
Heads it is.
OHEAD.
OHEAD.
There you go.
All right, kids. As always, go Canes!
Bange.